I chose to be a part of the musical because, I don't know, a bunch of my friends are doing it, and I did last year. It was my first musical last year. This is my second musical. And I had fun last year, so I said, hey, why not?
The process of selecting a musical at Sweet Home High School, with me as the producer, involves a meeting with the director, who's also the choreographer, Bobby Cook. We meet in the summer and we discuss our options, and he gives me a list and I add to the list, and then we get perusal copies, which means we order copies of each script of shows that we are interested in from the companies. And then we read them and we see if, first of all, if we think we have a cast that could fill the students that would fulfill the cast requirements. Personally, I listen to the musical soundtrack because I am also the person who teaches the music to the students. So if I don't like the music, we don't do the show. And that is actually one of the main reasons I decided Shrek would be a good choice, because the music is phenomenal. It's a really good soundtrack.
I'm a professional actor that works with Kurt Erb, and Kurt Erb used to be the director here. So he brought me on as choreographer, and 6 years later, or 5 years later, however many it was, I started becoming the director. So now I'm the director and the choreographer. So I used to just be the choreographer, which is all the movement. So that's how I got started here.
Being a stage crew is a lot of hard work, but it can be rewarding, because on Sundays and Saturdays we kind of build the whole set and such, and that can be a little tedious if things don't work out, but we figure it out in the end, and it's usually a pretty good show.
We in the pit, we don't get a lot of recognition, although we do a heck of a lot with the performances themselves. Without us, there would be no live music. It'd be all canned, like in the sound system. There'd be no warmth or no depth. All the swells that are important in the dynamics of the show wouldn't be there.
I started acting in 6th grade when we did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I was one of the ensemble and I did not stick out. And then next year I did Aladdin, and I played one of the head guards. And that was my first sort of lead supporting role. And I had a lot of scenes together, and I was comic relief with Alex Orgak, and that was a lot of fun. We had to practice by staring at lights with our eyes open. We didn't have to, but we decided we should, because there was a scene where we had to freeze and we had to keep our eyelids open. That was funny. But when I started growing more and I started doing more musicals, we did, for my senior year in middle school, 8th grade, we did Alice in Wonderland, and that was when I had my first lead, which was the Mad Hatter, and that was a lot of fun. And then I got to high school, and I was kind of overwhelmed with what I had to do and the work I had, and I needed time to relax from the fatigue of the work I did. And so I actually didn't do the musical my freshman year, and that was all shook up. And I regret that, because that was a phenomenal musical that I went to. And what really inspired me to do musicals, before we continue, was when I first saw the high school do Guys and Dolls. That was an experience that really captivated me. I thought it was fantastic. And I'd always been a musical person as a kid because my family was extremely rhythmically talented, and we all love music, and it's always an honor in my house. And so I saw it as an opportunity to break out of my shell and actually expose myself to a larger audience, rather than just continue to be my quiet self. So now, here I am playing the star in a musical that is going to be my last in all of normal education. And it's pretty gratifying, and I'm pretty excited to do it.
To people who want to be part of the musical, I'd say the musical really gives you a chance to express yourself, whether it is in your character, or in interacting with people in the musical, making friends, and I don't know, it's just a good time.